Hey, and welcome to a Chicago Beer Pass beer review. Feeling good after coming off of our Dark Lord.
Oh, what was that? Vanilla?
Yeah, that was nice.
That was very surprising.
Yeah.
Delicious. Delicious stuff.
Is this little bottle gonna give us live up to that at all? Was.
Yeah. Brewed and bottled at Begyle on Malt Row. Was Brewing.
Right. This is called Window Fishing, and it's a Kvass inspired rye saison.
Okay.
Brewed with Jeff and Judy marbled rye.
Yeah. Now I know Jeff and Judes is like a.
Jeff and Judes.
It's like a newer delicatessen in the Logan Square area.
Okay.
I don't know much about them. I don't know much about Was.
It says they used bottle conditioned with Jeff and Jude's sourdough starter,
Okay.
and they put marble rye into the mash. 10 loaves.
They put the bread into the mash, and then the yeast that makes the bread, they bottle conditioned it with that.
Yeah.
That's very thoughtful of them. Was. How about that?
Production time 12 weeks.
So it was conditioned. It was conditioned in somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So we think one of the brewers
See if you guys can get.
was
up
from
to that.
Pipeworks.
Well, on their IG feed, you see this fella, and I'm like, I've seen that dude at Pipeworks before.
Okay.
And-
Not just drinking.
Right, like as part of the Pipeworks staff.
Okay.
But their website's a little short on details. There's a blog. We didn't bother to dive into the blog.
Sure.
But it sounds like these either guys that had a presence at either Mars or Pipeworks that decided to do their own thing, and they're brewing out of Begyle for now.
Right.
And they're focusing on it seems like farmhouse ales.
Farmhouse. It's weird that Saint Laurent is like these pastry stouts, possibly still at Begyle, possibly not.
Big hazies too from those guys, from the Saint Laurent guys.
And then you have these saisons from this crew, but Begyle doesn't do either of those.
It's such a strange setup, man. I don't understand it at all.
Why the Beguiles do these?
Yeah. That's going to be next time we have a focus like this, a tasting. It's going to be like, oh yeah, Begyle bought one of these other breweries.
I guess, yeah, I would think so. Big fluffy head on this.
Yeah, fantastic looking beer.
Oh, that smells great. I haven't felt like I've smelled that in a while, like that aroma.
Very pleasant, very floral, a little bit of spice.
A little like barnyard, a little funk happening.
Yeah,
Hay.
it's got all the quintessential kind of Belgian countryside ale vibes on the nose.
Yeah. All right, let's go into it. Oh,
How about that?
yeah. Very light body. That's just my initial reaction.
Yeah.
I want some like tingling, and I'm not getting that.
And then big flavor. I get the funk. I get the orange, right? Just a little bit.
Do you get those Dr. Pepper vibes that it put on the bottle?
No, I get something that's mildly fruity, right?
Yeah, see, they put a lot of like, I want to say like malty flavors on there. They're like notes of dates, figs, Dr. Pepper, fruit leather, caraway, cocoa. I get like more bright orange, lemon.
Bader Brow had a beer once called Red Velvet, and it was a bock with like spice. It was a spiced bock essentially, and that one had the kind of the caraway feeling. And it's like, it's kind of those spices that don't really, because you can have a wheat ale and they can have like grains of paradise, like Sam Adams used to say, and it would be like, it can a wheat ale can have like a spicy note, but this is kind of a different spice than that, and I guess it's attributed to I guess that's a caraway feature, right?
I guess, but those descriptions to look for in this bottle, I would have expected like a maltier, maybe even sweeter beer than we're getting.
I like how it kind of takes you on a ride where, we talked about the kind of orange or even almost lemon peel vibes, but then like on that second and third sip, I'm starting to get more of those kind of like bread crust, almost like a cracker kind of feeling where it's just kind of, it becomes drying and a little more bready, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Try a little bit more.
You do see like a little bit of sediment floating around in the glass, which I'm sure there's probably a bunch sitting there at the bottom. And man, it's nice. It reminds me of something, but it also doesn't feel like it's as good as other ones I've had like it.
I mean, part of me, it kind of reminds me of Matilda just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
It's got like a little bit of the mint palate, kind of reminds you of that. The way it looks also kind of reminds you of that.
Isn't Matilda a little darker?
That's fair.
Yeah, a little more red hue in it.
But I'm a big fan of the the presentation. Like I just love the big fluffy head. It's just kind of making me happy.
Yeah, that's really nice. Huh. We should have had these out of more flutes going on, or champagne kind of glasses.
Yeah, I feel like it's just for a second, it's like a little orange marmalade or something. You know how you get, it's like a fruit, but it's got like, it's fruit with fruit peel. Because you know how the peel's not really that sweet.
Right.
I get some of that.
Yeah, it almost makes me want to have like an old fashioned with like the orange peel around the rim.
That's fun. I'm glad we're trying that. And I'm so glad that Chicago's kind of like the kind of space that can kind of give birth to breweries like this, where they're taking like local bread and they're making these saisons that are just not for everyone.
Yeah.
But they're kind of challenging you to try a different style. Try something different that's both interesting and also good. It's hard to be interesting and good,
Right, and this one's different. Like we're in like this hazy pale ale lager, almost like rut a little bit.
I think aesthetically it gives you some of the things you like about the hazy beers, but then it goes in another direction completely when you drink it.
Yeah, I think we talked about a while ago, like the hazies they hit a wall. There's nowhere to go from there.
Yeah.
This might, if you like hazy beers, this could bring you back like the farmhouse stuff where you're like, oh, I want a little bit of funk, but I want that like full body, almost juicy citrus flavors.
It's somehow spicy, tart, earthy, and juicy.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of, for some reason, it's doing all those things.
Yeah.
But where a hazy beer is just going to make you say, should we do the whiskey that Brad got in Japan after this? Right? Should we make a fucking margarita after this? Like, the hazy beers kind of take you in another direction. Like, give me a Miller High Life.
Right.
But this is kind of leaving the door open for you to want to know more about this beer or try another kind of beer that'll make you feel something different. You know what I'm saying?
Or do you go hazy and you want more of that?
And that's what I'm trying to say. This is the type of beer that invites you to have another beer after it.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, all right, I'm done with beer after this beer.
That's nice.
So that's cool.
Was.
Yeah. That's funny.
2 years old, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Congrats. They celebrate their 2 year in August.
2 years, and we just found out about them.
This scene, man.
So if they're 2 years, they had an entire year of.
Oh, their first year was hardcore, right?
Right,
So.
and if they were brewing out Begyle, that means you had to order beer from Begyle and then see this other brewery and be like, I guess I'll try that.
How else would you know? Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of smart of them to position themselves in a brewery that's known to have other breweries.
Yeah.
Right. Because I tell you, and I don't know if they were they could have been at Pilot Project earlier for all we know.
Sure.
But like having the position at a brewery that is kind of universally, I've never met one person that says I don't fuck with Begyle. That like every Begyle is good no matter who you are. I feel like it's solid. It's a solid
choice.
It's a solid offering no matter who you are. Beguile's a solid offering.
Yeah, it's almost it's what almost like Sierra Nevada was 10 years ago. It's like, I will have that because I don't know what else to get, and I know I'm in for something I will enjoy.
Yeah, if you're in the burbs and they got a bunch of weird shit on that you don't know anything about and you see Begyle, you might get Begyle.
Yeah.
The one time I went to Ireland, I saw fucking Begyle on draft.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they're positioned next to them. So it kind of changes the conversation about you wanting to try them.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Is that cool?
Right.
Yeah, check them out. Next time you're at Begyle, pick up a bottle. They had like, I want to say like 2 or 3 different bottles from them, and that's just the one I happened to grab. So yeah.
Good job by you.
Cheers.
Cheers.